Hello students, today let us discuss about immunity. Daily we are exposed to large number of infectious agents, but you might have seen that we are not infected by all of them that we are exposed to. Sometimes we may be infected, but the infection is not that bad. The reason behind these is that our body is able to defend itself from most of these foreign agents. So this ability of our body to fight against the foreign organisms is known as immunity. The study of the immune system is called immunology. Immune system means the system, the cells, those uh, cells and other parts of a body which constitute the immunity, which gives us the immunity. It is known as the immune system. Next, antigens. Antigens are collective names of those foreign particles which can harm our body, so they are known as antigens. Types of immunity. So the immunity can be categorized into two types, that is innate immunity and acquired immunity. Innate immunity, it is a non-specific immunity which is present at the time of birth. It comprises of all those defense mechanisms with which an organism is born and which is always available to protect a living body. So let us see what are they? What are the barriers which are provided by the innate immunity? Physical barriers, for example, skin, mucous membrane. The skin, it provides a nice protective covering to the body. Its outer tougher layer, called horny layer or stratum corneum, consists of dead, fully keratinized cells. These cells contain a hard, insoluble fibrous protein called keratin. The horny layer is waterproof and germ-proof. It successfully prevents the entry of viruses and bacteria. The mucous membrane, which lines the digestive tract, respiratory tract, and urinary tracts, open out at one or both the ends and do not have a direct communication with other parts of the body. The parasites present in this tract are not into the physiological interior of the body. The mucous membrane lining these tracts are therefore treated as a part of the external defense mechanism. Mucus secreted by mucous membrane traps the microorganisms and immobilizes them. Next, physiological barriers. The physiological barriers include all the secretions of our body, for example, saliva, tears, enzymes, bile, etc. Skin secretions, for example, secretion of oil and sweat, contains fatty acids and lactic acids which make the skin acidic in nature. Therefore, these does not allow the microorganisms to establish on the skin. Saliva also contains lysozyme, which kills the microorganisms that are not the normal inhabitants of the buccal cavity and come with food and drinks. The dead microbes are then passively flushed by saliva to the throat where they are swallowed. Bile, a bitter alkaline secretion of the liver, checks the growth of foreign bacteria on semi-digested food, the chyme, in the intestine. The HCl, which are present in the stomach, also help in the protection. Tears. Tears are slightly saline fluid secreted by the lacrimal glands over the eyes, also contain lysozyme, which prevents eye infection. Nasal secretion also destroy the harmful foreign germs with their lysozyme. Next, we have cellular barriers. Cellular barriers are white blood corpuscles, macrophages, inflammatory reactions, fever, etc. So, WBCs such as neutrophils and monocytes, they play a very important role. The neutrophils, they seize, engulf, and digest the microorganisms infecting the body tissues. They are known as phagocytes. The monocytes, they are motile and occasionally show phagocytic activity. The monocytes they enlarges to form macrophages. The macrophages are of two types, the fixed one and the wandering types. The fixed types and the wandering types, both they act as phagocytes. The wandering types, they can pass through the any barriers and can attack the microorganisms wherever it is present in our body. Next, the cytokine barriers. Now, in cytokine barriers, here, this is the infected cell. This is the infected cell. Now, this infected cell releases a chemical which is known as interferon. The interferon, which is released by the infected cell, then protects the nearby cell from the infection. Hence, interferon stops the spreading of the infection. Next comes acquired immunity. Acquired immunity is the immunity which an organism acquires after birth. After birth, when a human being comes in contact with antigens, our body starts producing chemicals. These are highly specific in nature. Let us discuss about the specific type of defense mechanism. Till now we were discussing about the non-specific types. They can prevent the entry of any type of antigens. Now let us discuss about the specific types. Now, the specific defense mechanism is provided by the lymphocytes. We know that lymphocytes are a type of white blood cells. Okay, so two types of lymphocytes we usually find, that are B lymphocytes and T lymphocytes. So here we can see the structure of a bone having the bone marrow. Now the stem cells which are present in the bone marrow, they divide and proliferate. Now the stem cells for the lymphocytes are present in the bone marrow. Now they divide and proliferate to form two types of cells, B cells and T cells. The B cells, they mature and they proliferate and mature inside the bone marrow itself. And they are known as B lymphocytes. Whereas the T cells, they move to the thymus gland where they mature and proliferate. They are known as T lymphocytes. When B lymphocytes comes in contact with antigen, it divides and proliferates to form a large number of plasma cells and memory cells. The plasma cells further proliferate to form a large number of clones of plasma cells. These plasma cells then produce antibodies. We'll discuss it later on about antibodies. Memory cells. Now, the memory cells are those cells which will come in process when the body will be attacked for the second time. First, when our body is attacked by a particular antigen, these plasma cells comes into action and produces antibodies. When the body is attacked by the same microorganism second time, as these memory cells become active, as a result, they proliferate again and produces antibodies. T lymphocytes, on the other hand, they do not produce antibodies, but they directly attack the microorganisms. When it comes in contact with antigens, it produces different types of cells: T killer cells, T helper cells, memory cells, and T suppressor cells. These T killer cells, they directly attack the infected cells. The infected cells then release porphyrin, which produces several pores in the plasma membrane, resulting in the bursting of the cells, infected cells. Hence, the cell dies. Whereas T helper cells help the B lymphocytes, or you can say stimulates the B lymphocytes to produce antibodies. Memory cells, same function. When the body is attacked by the same microorganisms, the action is a little bit faster than the first attack. Okay, so here the the immune system is protected by specific kind of cells. They're highly specific in nature. These the B cells and T cells, they are specific. There are several millions of B cells and T cells which are highly specific in nature. That is, they will attack a specific kind of microorganism. For each specific microorganism, specific B cells and T cells are present. Thank you.